So I've come very early to class today. Today I'm teaching psycholinguistics. It's like I'm half an hour early because I had to come and check this cable whether it works or not, and looks like it does. So yay! But now I'm like really early, so I'm gonna go get water from downstairs, and this is a beautiful view of the morning. It's not too crowded today because I came around like quarter to 9 today, and right now it's 9 o'clock. I think most classes start in another 5-10 minutes, so students are going. It's not that busy just yet. My students are not here yet. I have set up my slide though, and everything is ready. My cable adapter is working. I also set up my students' chairs. They look properly organized more or less. So on weekends they clean these rooms and push all the chairs to the corners. So I just brought them forward. All of these chairs were stacked in one corner. So I just brought them out. It's very sunny outside, but it's kind of cold again today. It was warm last week. People were all out in shorts, but today it's kind of cold. This week is going to be cold. So that's me. I'm using the earphones today because I realized when I use the earphones, this mic kind of helps give good, more clarity to whatever I say, so you hear me better. So yeah, these are my slides. I'm teaching psycholinguistics today. As you can see, instructor Shruparna. Anyway, so I'll go get water before the students come in. So I'm here to take my cap and gown for the graduation ceremony. I saw these tassels. They look so nice. This is the UT bookstore. So this is the place from where I took my graduation gown out. So big, oh my gosh. So that's my PhD graduation gown. And it's so big that I couldn't put it in my bag, so I'm just going to carry it in my hand. Oh my, is this not working? Terrible. Anyway, yeah, so this is the UT bookstore, by the way. We get our graduation gowns from here. I'm gonna turn off the video because I might fall. What an overcast morning. It's been raining for the last whole week almost. I mean, the week before was really warm and sunny and we almost had to turn on the AC a couple of times. But this week it's all rainy and windy and kind of cold again. It almost feels like it's mid-May, but we are back in January somehow. And it is still raining. So I'm holding this camera after almost like 3 weeks. I think I've been working crazily on revising my dissertation. I finished my dissertation sometime on, I think I submitted it around March 14th. And how it works with these dissertations is that we submit the dissertation to our committee chair. That's the dissertation committee chair, who's our main advisor of the PhD dissertation, and he or she looks at it first and then provides us with a lot of feedback, literally feedback and comment on each and every sentence that we write on the dissertation. So my dissertation is over 120 pages long, and my advisor literally went and commented on each and every minutely little detail that I would have missed somehow, or things that could be improved. And you know, with dissertations, they can always be improved. There's no end to revision of a research paper. You can keep working over and over again and keep improving it. There's no end to it. And as we discover new things, we keep finding more and more stuff, and there's really just so much to learn. And Also, because I've actually probably not mentioned this, but I think in the last 1 year I've made close to 50 academic job applications, which are really long. Like, I've talked about this before a couple of times, that each application package for academic job is huge, like, because we have to write multiple essays, and because I applied to many jobs, and I also applied to many industry jobs and different kinds of roles, postdocs, assistant professorship, lecturership, industry positions, all of these things. So it took a lot of my time last semester, so I did not do any dissertation related work literally all of last fall semester. The only dissertation related work that I did was really just sending abstracts to conferences, and I got accepted in 2. You saw that I went to Nashville and Denver to present at the Acoustical Society of America and Linguistic Society of America, and those presentations were also very time consuming. I went there and did all that, and then after coming back I was also still continuously applying until almost the end of January. That's when my advisor said that maybe I should take a break from applications now and just focus on the dissertation. So then from February I properly really started writing the dissertation down. My dissertation was actually structured from before, because I knew I was anticipating this kind of phase in fall. I had actually written the main parts of the different chapters during the summer break last year. Also, like, I kind of started around towards the end of spring, almost, when I finished my data collection last year. So what I did was that I opened the dissertation. I had all these different chapters laid out in front of me, and I just started making the story, the actual dissertation story. I started on, I think, February 1st and continuously wrote until March 15 or something, and then I sent it to my advisor on I sent it on March 15. I did send it on March 15, and then she got back to me with her feedback in stages. So first she sent feedback on the first few chapters, and then on the next few, so that I can also start working on them. You know, if I had to wait for too long for her to go through the whole thing and then get back to me, that would take a lot of time, and also a lot of time in between would be wasted. So she started sending me staged feedback, and I got them mostly. A large part of it I got just at the beginning of my spring semester. So when I went to Maryland this spring break, I already got a lot of sufficient, like, good amount of feedback from my advisor already. And at that point I didn't know whether I got a job or not, so I was very stressed out. I was like, all of spring break I have to, like, really do a lot of good revision on the dissertation, like address all my advisor's questions, and also on the side keep applying for jobs. But the best thing that happened was, like, midway through the spring break, like on the Tuesday of that week, I found out that I got the job at the University of Pennsylvania at the department over there. So, you know, I already mentioned that I got a job as a teaching and research faculty at the University of Pennsylvania, and I'll be teaching linguistics and languages with a lot of focus on the kind of work that I do. So that was a major relief. I was like, oh my god, this happened, and so I don't have to apply for any more jobs. I can just completely purely focus on getting the revisions done. And that is the point when I just, like, shut out everything, all of my videos and everything. I just stopped, like, just once or twice when I went out with Anupam for grocery shopping here and there, or like to a cafe or something, just to take a break. That's when I recorded. But other than that, it was like completely, like, I just shut down everything and focus on the dissertation, and that really helped. And from, I'd say, like mid-March until this morning, today is what, May 3rd, I have been just working. As you know, I'm also a teacher here. I teach linguistics to undergrads in my university, so that is a lot of work too. So I always have to prepare their course material, revise their syllabus a couple of times to match their pace, create their exams, create their assignments, and make assignment rubrics for my assistant to grade them. So that's a very big blessing that I have. So I have an assistant who grades all the assignments for my students. So that really takes down a lot of load from me, because teaching and grading is a lot of work. So and I have a large class. My class is of like 40 students, or 40 plus actually. So yeah, so that was that. So all of that, and today I submitted the whole complete dissertation to my committee. Of course, they are also going to give feedback. They might suggest new things to change, to make some more improvements maybe here and there with analysis, with adding more literature. But the best thing about this whole revision session is that so the fact that the last time before sending it to my advisor, I was working very quickly, so I had missed out on some very crucial literature review that I could have added. So this time when I was revising it, I was looking at even more literature. So now that I already had the basics, I had the time to look at even more, and I found the gems of the best literature in this phase. And it almost like solved all the puzzle, that things that were weird, and like things that were somehow not fitting my logic and the way the outcome was supposed to be, the way it was coming out, it was some things were not clicking, and I was like, what could that be? And then finally I found this one thing, and I just had my own eureka moment, and I was like, okay, this makes so much sense, and it just puts everything into perspective, and I was so happy. And then, because I was planning to send it today, send the dissertation around to everybody today, I met with my advisor one last time before sending it to everybody day before yesterday, and she was so encouraging and so lovely that it kind of gave me more energy to like really do a very good job and look at more things that can, solve all these puzzles. And like I was like, I'll work extra hours and everything. And honestly, when I do this kind of research, when I do my own linguistics research, I just don't get tired. I can work on it forever and I'll still be happy. Like this phase, I literally went to sleep at like 12:30 last night and woke up at 5 because I really wanted to send the dissertation out early in the morning today, so that everybody gets it the first thing in the morning. But like I got so less sleep, right? But I'm not like tired or exhausted or like, I'm like, oh my god, it's not that. When you have happiness in your work, that job satisfaction is of a different level. Like, yes, all these days were very busy, but I wouldn't say they were like stressful. They were not stressful. They were like, it was a happy work moment. Like I'm working all the time, but I'm really happy. But I'm not a workaholic. It's not like I neglect other things. I was also talking to my father twice a day, just as I do all the time. I was talking to my husband very often. I even spoke to a lot of my friends who had different kinds of things that they wanted to talk about, and people need friends all the time, right? So I was always there for them. And yeah, I also made some yummy food, because for me food is very important. Without food I cannot be like fully functional. So yeah, I also made like really yummy food, and once in a while I also walked around this neighborhood for 10-15 minutes. I'd go for a walk and have a breather. So I did all of that, and even then I'm not exhausted at the feeling of satisfaction that I have in me. I just wanted to share with you that when I started working on linguistics, when I decided that I want to do linguistics and this is my true calling, I didn't get that much support, I'd say, from everybody all around, because nobody really in India knew about linguistics and what we can do with it and whether it would have a good career or not. My father never stopped me. He never questioned my decision. He always supported me wholeheartedly. But he also, I know, at the back of his mind had this worry about what are you going to do, what kind of career will this lead to, will it be stable, will it be like secure. And I always had this conviction that if I love it, even if I don't make millions of dollars, I'll be happy. Like, I know a lot of people who work in places that pay a huge amount of money, but at the end of the day, they're always cribbing. They have like issues or disagreements with their colleagues or seniors or anything. I don't think when I do this work, also because it's a lot of autonomy, it's like it's my research, my project, it's my product. So there's a lot of self-satisfaction related to that. So I always knew that if I have that, I can do any work, and I need to have that feeling of satisfaction, the feeling of completeness from the work that I do. And if that's linguistics, then that is it. I don't think I'm gonna compromise my passion for money. So yeah, I mean, maybe like I said, I'll never become a multimillionaire like many other people, but I think I'll still be happy. I won't be unhappy with a lot of money. I know a lot of people earn a lot of money but are still unhappy, but a lot of people who earn money are also happy. I mean, there's also a lot of happiness in shopping and getting new things, but the happiness that we have from really being able to do the work we want to do, the everyday job that we want to do, that satisfaction level is at a different level. I think people who don't get to experience it will not know the benefit of having this kind of satisfaction. It's also good for your mental health, it's also good for your physical health. And when you love something, you know that you're not going to waste time doing other things. Because for me, I know that, you know, if I take a break for like 5-10 minutes and try to do anything else, after some time I start missing my work, and like, oh, I want to find out what happens after this. I want to know, like even when I do data analysis, I'm like, oh, I want to know what happens with this statistical test. What does this say, and what does that mean about my language data? What does that mean about this language that I'm studying? Is it going through a certain kind of process? Does some phenomena have some kind of effect on something? Does speech production have some kind of effect on speech perception? Like the things that I'm usually working on. So yeah, I start missing my work when I do other things. I think this is like everything. And I know a lot of people might term this as, oh, you're too involved in your work, or you're too much into, you know, you're too much of a workaholic. I don't think that's true, because people who enjoy their work this much, they make time for other things, and when they do the other things, they are more wholeheartedly present there, like, you know, really happily doing that, and also then happily getting back to the work. Because you're not always like, oh my god, I have this pressure, I have to do this. You're not doing it out of pressure, you're doing it out of love. So each and everything that you do, each and every relationship that you maintain, all of them have a lot of love and true dedication to it. So yeah, that's a lot of things about work. I guess I'm this excited because I'm back to filming this video after a really long time, and a long time of a really nice joyous work phase. So yeah, I hope I can like continue to do this over this week. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything exciting this week, but yeah, my defense is coming, and I'll again get busy towards later part of this week, or maybe even from this week. I was supposed to have my last sitting of the root canal treatment, but they had to cancel it because of some other problem, and we are pushing it to a couple of months later. So yeah, I thought that tomorrow I'll do this root canal thing, so I'll be really tired and you know, in pain or anything, so I won't be able to work, but I guess now I can. So but yeah, nothing too exciting these coming 1 or 2 weeks apart from my defense. And after that I have my graduation ceremony, my doctoral hooting ceremony, and for that I also have something exciting. I got my doctoral hooting regalia and cap. So the regalia is basically the gown that the doctoral students wear when they get the doctorate degree, and also this is the doctoral hat. It's different from a regular graduation hat that you see for bachelor's degree or master's degree graduation. This is a doctoral hat. I'll look like a picture of me in the whole gown later and maybe post a picture. So we got it a little early. The ceremony is not until the end of May. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you have a great week.